Welcome back to another weekly recap. I'm Brie E Anderson, and this week we're going to be talking about a new tool that's rolling out to the YouTube platform, some changes that Instagram is making in order to better help small businesses, a major lawsuit that Google just lost, and Amazon slashing their affiliate payouts. Then we're going to go outside of digital and talk about how the White House wants businesses to use schema data. First things first, let's talk about this new tool coming to YouTube. Specifically, YouTube has rolled out an ad builder that allows small businesses or even big businesses to create 6 to 15 second ad spots using their logos, text, and images. YouTube will help you format this ad and then put royalty-free music behind it. The idea behind this is that you can easily create videos and specifically video ads because obviously YouTube wants you to spend money with them, and that's probably why they created a free tool. In all actuality, Vimeo came out with something very similar recently. They came out with a video builder for small businesses that was supposed to help them create more video. As far as I know, their video builder does not have 6 to 15 second restrictions on it. However, I do believe that it is paid. So YouTube came out with this tool and it looks fairly intuitive. Now, I will say it is in beta and you do have to sign up to get beta access to it. I will put that link in the description below so you can sign up for beta should you be interested in this product. I do think it is going to be very beneficial. I see this being very beneficial specifically for agencies. If they can get the creative, just 3 pieces of creative, text, logo, and images from their clients, you can create quick iterations of your video spots for testing purposes. And I think that this is going to be very, very beneficial. I also think it's beneficial for small businesses who maybe don't have access to a video team or they don't necessarily have video editing. Again, it is pre-formatted and YouTube does a lot of the work, but it does allow you to customize things like your fonts and colors, so you will be able to stay on brand. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. Like I said, it is in beta, so I'll be, very interested to see if it sticks around after its beta period, which I'm sure it would. But I do believe that YouTube has tested something like this before. I think the only difference was that you had to have a video already and then they would do the splitting of the video for you to create 15 or 6 second ads. But like I said, this is more so just for you to be able to bring in your assets and then create a video from there. Something else that YouTube has rolled out this week is YouTube chapters. It's something that they're testing. Essentially what it allows users to do is skip through longer YouTube videos to the sections that are really important to them. So we talked about a few weeks ago, YouTube videos are showing up more than Wikipedia knowledge graphs in the search engine result pages. We talked about some of the ways to optimize for that, and one of those ways was to use timestamp descriptions of what's going on in your video. These YouTube chapters take that a step further and allow users to go straight to the parts of the video that they find useful. Now, something we've seen at the same time is key moments showing up more and more in YouTube videos. That was something else we talked about in a recent video. These key moments could be determined by the timestamps that you are putting in your descriptions. These YouTube chapters are actually really cool. I watch Billie Eilish's acoustic performance at the Apple Theater probably 3 times a week, and it is over an hour long. Now I can skip to my favorite songs and just watch those songs if I want to because of how easy and intuitive the user face is. I do think that this is just another reason that people need to be putting those timestamp descriptions in their videos because there's a good chance that this will play a major factor in SEO in one way or another here in the near future. Okay, now let's talk about Instagram. As we've spoken about many times before, Facebook and Instagram have been rolling out a lot of tools and resources and even just knowledge to businesses that have been affected by COVID-19. And Instagram went a step further this week. So if you saw one of my last videos, I talk about how to keep business alive in 2020. One of the things I talked about in that video was that Facebook was rolling out gift cards, and yet you would be able to sell gift cards on your Facebook page, and then they were going to be creating a directory, etc., etc. Well, Instagram rolled out this week stickers for businesses to sell both gift cards and allow businesses to take orders for delivery. Now, the way these stickers work is you have to have a business profile, take a picture for your story or a video for your story. You go to the little stickers button, and there's a sticker for gift cards and there's a sticker for orders. Both of these stickers actually take users to a third-party platform. So if you sell gift cards, it might be through Square, it might be through another payment processing platform. And for delivery, it takes users to places like Uber Eats, Postmates, etc. These are very, very useful tools for small businesses especially. However, it could be useful for just about any business. Like I said, as long as you have a business profile, you can use those gift cards and delivery stickers. I think we'll just continue to see more of these tools and options for businesses as things continue to progress and people are spending more and more time at home. Luckily, people do have more money in their pockets because they're not going out and spending at stores and restaurants, but they are still shopping online and ordering online. So these things can be very beneficial. Definitely check them out if you are a small business or even a large business and are looking to still get revenue coming in during this time. Instagram also released this week that they are working on hopefully having a simulcast option for Facebook and Instagram Live. This would mean that if you go live on Facebook, that stream would also go live on your Instagram page. I see this being useful for multiple reasons, but I will say that I think the biggest reason that Facebook is doing this is because, one, they are seeing a major increase in live video, and two, because they are seeing that so many people use third-party platforms to simultaneously go live on multiple platforms like StreamYard or BeLive. Just 2 weeks ago, they also came out with their live producer platform, which is pretty cool if you haven't checked it out. But this live producer platform allows you to moderate comments and see everything that's going on with your live in one place. Again, something that tools like BeLive and StreamYard offer. If you don't want to use one of those paid platforms, this new option to stream to both Facebook and Instagram will be very beneficial. Not to mention, Instagram rolled out this week that you are now able to watch live Instagram videos on your desktop. Okay, let's move on to this lawsuit with Google. So if you've not been following, Google has been in a massive lawsuit with the French media. Specifically, the French media is saying that it is their right to have negotiated and fair prices for the content that they create to be used on other platforms. Google came back and said that we trade our search engine results for value. Now, that makes it sound like organic media is actually paid media if you're going to give it value in that sense. What it came down to was either Google is going to pay a massive fine and end up having to pay all the news publishers in France for their work, or they have to release their algorithm and prove that there is no meddling in the search results based on whether people are paying or not paying, etc., etc. Well, Google obviously didn't like the option of having to release their algorithm. That was absolutely not a choice. So they settled for paying the French media. Right now, Google is in negotiations, and within 3 months, they will be paying their French media partners. This is a huge, huge deal because one of two things is going to happen. Either all media outlets are going to start going to Google and requesting to be paid for the content that they are creating, or Google is going to have to do a better job of giving people value for showing up in the search results. We know that so many search engine result pages are becoming no-click, and that there's very little value that is being passed along to the end creator. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. As an SEO, I am finding this to be extremely kind of nerve-wracking and exciting all at the same time, just because there are so many different directions that this specific lawsuit could send to the world, right? We do know that a lot of the changes that come to these big tech companies start in places like Europe. Think of GDPR, for instance, and then they come over to the States, and then they spread from there. This was one country suing Google for the rights of their media, and I would not be surprised if we see more countries doing that. What that's going to turn into, I have no idea, but it'll be interesting to find out. Okay, before we go outside digital, let's talk about Amazon. Amazon just had like a major power move this week, and they slashed the affiliate payout for all of their categories. For instance, for things like furniture, you used to get paid nearly an 8% commission. That has now gone down to 3%. There are a lot of things that have gone down to 1%. So this makes you think, is this happening specifically because of the coronavirus, or is this happening because Amazon wants to take out the middleman? This is something that they've talked about a lot, that they want to work specifically with publishers, and that's it. They don't want to have influencers working for a publisher, working for blah, 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 blah. And they think that if they lower commissions, that will lower the amount of stepping there is happening. But this is going to be very interesting because Amazon right now is the biggest place to have affiliate codes for just about anything, right? If you have Amazon affiliate codes, you don't necessarily have to go to specific stores to sell specific products, because just about everything is sold on Amazon. But with them slashing their prices so heavily, I would not be surprised if people start moving away from Amazon. A lot of people monetize their blogs, their YouTube content, and things of that nature by selling products from Amazon. This just is not going to be a viable option, as most people's income is about to be slashed by at least 50%. What this does is it opens up the opportunities for places like Walmart, who have been struggling to compete with the Amazons of the world. How they're going to compete here, I have no idea. If they're actually going to compete here, again, I have no idea. But I would not be surprised if we start seeing some of these major retailers stepping in and trying to do something similar to what Amazon has done. This also means that many influencers are going to be looking for partnerships to increase their revenue, since they are going to be taking such a big cut from their Amazon affiliate links. The thing is, Amazon is still getting a lot of revenue because so many people are buying essential goods, fun goods, whatever they want on Amazon right now, because it means that they don't have to go to a store. But alas, it's happening, and it's definitely something to be aware of, whether you're a marketer or an influencer, because it's going to affect the industry on both sides. All right, now let's go outside of digital and talk about the White House. So the Office of Science and Technology Policy has encouraged that all private and public sector businesses are using the COVID-19 special announcement schema. This is a schema that allows you to say whether or not you're open during this time, if you have events that have gone virtual because they can't be in person anymore, whatever, right? In the search engine result pages, these things will show up. The White House is actually encouraging that people use this schema data, and it's making SEOs wonder. So first of all, it's kind of interesting that the White House even knew what schema data was, and it's more interesting that they're encouraging businesses to use it, and it's kind of making people wonder, like, is this going to open people's eyes to schema data? If it does, what does that mean for SEOs? Schema data is an easy way to get a one-up on many of your competitors, because very few people actually know how to implement schema and implement it correctly, for that matter. And now that the White House is calling it, if more businesses start to adapt it, it's like, are you kind of losing your one up? However, it is going to be very beneficial for the end user. And at the end of the day, that's what our jobs are about, is making things easier for our end user to do business with us and get the things that they need as quickly as they need them. It has been very interesting to watch how the digital world has changed and how more people are adapting the digital world with so many people having to go digital. I will say that I believe that this is going to make a difference in how everyone does business. And I don't think it'll just make a difference in the short term. I think it's going to have a long-term effect for many businesses. As a society, we're starting to get used to not going into stores and not going into restaurants to eat. There will be things that we continue to do in person as we move forward out of this crazy time. But I do think businesses will start to see that they can no longer ignore what we are doing on the digital side of marketing and business and work in general, and that this is going to play a major role going forward. Thanks for tuning in to another weekly recap. I will see you next Sunday at 7 p.m.